So what's up, everyone? You this girl, Beaute 87 here, aka Grace. We got your little battle going on today. So I told y'all in the haul video I had a couple of primers that we were gonna test out and try, girl. So it has come the time now for us to try them out. So I figured I would do it on camera with y'all. Another invisible, another one I had, and I'm gonna try something that I haul from the Fenty haul that I got. So I got the Eavesdrops. I got the shade 20. This is what I normally wear. Now I might not guarantee I'm gonna wear this tomorrow when I do the rest of the wear test, because it's like 10 o'clock at night, girl. There was a thunderstorm here in Chicago, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna have the power go out, because it had the power go out at my house while I was there before I left to come over here to my grandma's house. So I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. But I am going to use these today. You'll see them in the haul video a little bit later. I have sampled and tried these out. I sampled and tried them out when I got the one from NYX in, what was that, in January or whatever, just to see if, you know, they were going to be the same. I'm going to be real quick and cute. Like, I got a couple more things I want to try out, so I might just try out stuff that's supposed to be in the haul periodically in this video, since I'm doing my face on camera with y'all. So I got one of the blushes from the with Bare Minerals. I got the more brownish one that's closer to my skin tone for when I don't know what eye look I want to wear. So it's called The First Coffee. So it's kind of deep. I kind of been inspired by Cocoa swatches to use that. And then I got the Fenty, I think it's corrector concealer thing. And I'm going to use that in here today as well. So I got the shade Honey Mustard. Y'all know I like a nice yellow under eye. So we'll see how well this goes. So I just got a few new things I was going to try in this video in addition to that. And I'm going to talk about this milk palette and a couple other things, girl. Because, honey, y'all know we're going to have to do a video on the milk palette too, right? And how, you know, why you don't need it, right? Because I know you don't need it. So if y'all remember this primer I talked about in my haul video, I said it was supposed to be really similar to this one from Smashbox. I have the new Smashbox and I don't have the old one, but it feels about the same as the old one that they had, the primerizer. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put it on my face, girl. I'm gonna rub it all over my face real quick and cute, like. Now I don't know what the regular size one is, but like it still has that same watery consistency, if you will. So I'm gonna just put it on the side of my face, but yeah. So this milk palette they came out with, I was like disappointed when I saw it. I'm like, it looks just like a palette y'all already got in your collection. Just because it came out like 4 years ago doesn't change the fact that, you know, the color is the same. And since you made the packaging where you had to stick them both side by side, it's kind of hard for me to not, you know, already have all these colors and you just revamping it and putting it in one palette. And in fact, I had it already. Bro, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I hiding me right here supposed to do this? So y'all already knew I was coming with like a video for this palette to compare to another palette, because I was compared to another palette they already had. In addition to, there's a black owned brand that has a palette with a similar color palette that you might already have. So I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna have these people giving y'all $52 for this palette, because since it's one of the longer ones like the Gemini 2 and the Mary Jane and stuff like that, I'm like, it's gonna be arm and leg on top of it. So I was like, no, what we will not do is waste the coins. So I was like, I'm gonna make sure we don't waste these coins. And I'm going to do a video on why you don't need to buy it. So I'm going to try this primer out now. I heard it smells heavily of like blueberry. Let's see. I don't feel like it smells heavily of blueberry. I smell a hint of blueberry, but not like anything intense. So as you can see, it's kind of watery as I squeeze it on my face. So it'll be like a serum-ish type primer. Now the other one I got that says it's a serum primer. I'm gonna just use the skincare, to be honest. I'm not even front with you, like the gripping watermelon one that's supposed to be your dupe for the niacinamide from, who do you call it? It's easy to get carried away with this, as you can see, because I was just over there pumping it on my face. Like, oh yes, I probably pumped that way too much. That's because I like to use the little dropper thing. So I would prefer to be in a squeezy too, so that way I can squeeze out a little bit, or not, you know, necessarily worry about all of that. Why do you have a problem with my duck, sir? I don't get even my ducks I got from where's that place? I think I got them from Nars. I got them from Nars McGrath for like I think $35 or something. So I was like, those will suffice. I don't wear like cheap shoes that often. I usually wear flats or something.
I thought they were high top white Air Forces, and those are horrible.
No, I don't wear high top Air Forces, sir. I wear low tops. But yeah, this is finally dried down on my face. It feels more hydrating than the Smashbox one. And this side feels a little tacky. Whereas the Smashbox one doesn't feel as tacky. So this feels more tacky and more hydrating on the face. And it costs less. So so far so good. So far so good. So now we're gonna get into these eavesdrops, girl. I think these retail for $32. I bought the shade 20. If anyone cares. So let me go ahead and just, I guess I'll squeeze it on my face. I usually squeeze stuff like this on the back of my hand, but so if I don't use it on my face, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and use it on my face. I should have brought the Estee Lauder Double Wear and just use that. The one I showed you on the haul video, but I was like, I haven't hauled this yet and I had to bring it anyway, so let me just bust it out and use it. Since I've never actually used it on camera. I was gonna battle it with the one from, what is it, from NYX. Y'all can let me know if you're still interested in that, since I did get it during the Fenty sale she had. But no. Let me know how to do it. Y'all know only got 2 days and I try to film stuff that I think you actually be interested and care about. I'm trying to branch out and film different stuff though. Like when Adriangameover is on spring break for the week, next week after Good Friday, I'm planning on filming a whole bunch of different content, because you know I want to get up and take somebody to school, so it's like I can get up a little bit earlier in the day and film like a video after I put on my makeup and then, like, you know, go to work or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't know, but I know when I get off work Friday, I won't have to like take anybody to school, so I can just come over here to my grandmother's house and not worry. So it's not getting the coverage I was hoping. I mean, it looks decent, but this is one of those I would have to like spot conceal areas on my face before I start, because it's like, it's definitely not giving enough coverage for my liking. But we know I'm a full coverage queen, so stuff like this is made for someone like me. This is supposed to be like a no makeup type situation, and y'all know it's not necessarily my bag. But when I do no makeup type stuff, I usually use like my Maybelline Beauty foundation stick, because to me that gives more no makeup for me, because it gives more coverage. This ain't giving enough coverage. Like, you can still see that dark spot on my cheek right here and on my cheeks right here. So yeah, she's not giving enough coverage by any means. So I would have to spot conceal in real life. That's why I'm probably not going to use this tomorrow. I'm just use it tonight for the why you don't need the new Milk Cosmetics palette video and the haul and the complexion corner that I'm doing, because she's not giving enough coverage by a long shot. But I'm going to put some products over this just for you to see what, you know, we working with when it comes to products going over the concealer and all that. So I got this yellow, and let me see how am I supposed, I guess I just got some underneath here real quick, and I'm gonna mix it in with a concealer. So that's why I'm just lightly kind of dabbing underneath here. Plus I'm not sure how exactly to do this, so decided to do it, girl. I don't feel like this color would necessarily help with my cheeks. I'm gonna just take this concealer. I grabbed the first one I saw. This is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. I actually don't like this one, just like I don't like the original one. I like the original for the coverage better, but with this one, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't give good coverage, and by being creamy, it doesn't like set down the way I want it to. So this one is just a bust for me personally, but you know, it's here, we're here, everyone's here, and I, you know, will use my product. I got a couple more things I'm trying to use before the video. I mean, trying to use for the video. Y'all know I got the Alamar Cosmetic liquid blushes finally, so I'm happy about that. So I'm gonna make sure I use those as well, girl. So after I put on this concealer, I'll probably put those on just to see. Now the thing is, if I remember correctly, the Alamar ones, they're not matte the way the one that from Charlotte Tilbury is that I'm gonna be comparing it to. So that's the part I have to remember and bear in mind for myself, because nowhere on here does it say it's matte. It just says it is a skincare infused liquid blush, and it has 0.24 ounces. It was made in Italy and it retails for $20, which I thought was a pretty good buy considering, you know. Let me get my sponge. I haven't sponged on foundation because I don't feel like I need to. It pretty much disappeared on its own just by using the brush. I didn't really need to sponge it down any further. Well, I feel like this concealer pretty much blends away from my face, and it's not really getting that much coverage either. At least on the other areas of my face. So I'm wondering if it's going to do a good job when it comes to my cheeks, because that's the place I'm most concerned about having coverage. Y'all know my cheeks be lacking when it comes to coverage, and I just be like, And it probably doesn't help that this foundation isn't really doing that much coverage either. So I'm patting down, hoping that we can get a little bit of the coverage from this concealer, because it's still supposed to be full coverage from what I remember. It's just supposed to be creamier, so it won't be as dry underneath the eye. And it looks so dry and creepy when it comes to people with lines and whatnot underneath the eyes. If I remember correctly, that's what this was supposed to be for. I bought it during 21 Days of Beauty last year. And I remember not being crazy or necessarily impressed with it. It's doing better with this, but I feel like it goes more with what the form of this foundation was. And maybe when I used it with a more matte foundation. And since this is more like a Your Skin But Better one, it's helping a little bit better. It still didn't cover a dark circle on my cheek. Like I said, that's just something I would have to spot conceal before putting it on. But it looks pretty decent underneath the eyes mixed with that color corrector. So I'll try it again tomorrow. Yeah, like I'm liking the brightness on these eyes. She's looking cute and whatnot. So let me set underneath my eyes because I don't want them creasing, and then we can get into this. Where's my brush? I just brought my brush to set me up here. So let's take this one, even though it's not what's on. I'm gonna set underneath here, and then we're gonna get into the I'm taking my LYS as usual. I'll leave it in here for times such as this when an emergency comes. So I want to be able to set the under eye pretty quick and not have to worry about, you know. I'm not even so necessarily concerned about setting the rest of my face right this second. I just want to set underneath the eye. Because since it's a creamier formula, I don't want it like creasing really bad. And we'll set the places that I concealed already, might as well, so that way I don't have to go back to this powder later just to do that. I'm gonna probably set the rest of my face off camera. I don't have a red blush, so I'm wondering how well it's gonna work. Well, no, I think I have an orangish reddish blush, so I have to do that one to the Alamar side just because, you know, I'm not sure how well it's going to set. I mean, how well it's going to work on its own without being set because of the type of formula it is. But since it's a liquid and it's not something that dries down to a powder, I'm concerned in that regard. But this is what the under eyes are looking like now that I set everything. Looks pretty good. I'm sure when I set the rest of my face in, it'll be fine. But look a little ash underneath it right now. So now let's get into these blushes. There's only 0.4 ounces in the Charlotte Tilbury one. And I told y'all how many ounces went in this one. Let me see. Does it say where this one is made? Both of them are made in Italy. So this one is called Fresh a Daisy. You know, like fresh as a daisy, fresh as a daisy. So I guess it's supposed to be a strawberry daisy, since if I remember correctly, fresh are strawberries. It has the same top as Charlotte Tilbury, except hers is bigger, but as you can see, they're both the same. So I'm going to put Charlotte Tilbury on this side, and I'm going to flip the brush over to the clean side this side, and then we'll use the Alamar on this side. I'm trying to put all the more affordable things on this side, and all the high-end things on this side. Here, just a little bit, not a lot. Now the only downside if you have oily skin like me is it's not going to dry down to a matte finish the way this one will. But I mean, if you have a blush that's similar in powder form, it shouldn't be difficult. And I usually still set this even though, and it's not necessarily setting, it's giving more color, because I feel like once you blend this out, the color blends out to hardly anything. This is what I'm working with after having blended it out. It gives a decent amount of color, it's giving more color than I thought it was going to. I had an alarm set for 10 o'clock because that was when I planned to get up and start filming this again to make sure it stopped raining, but it stopped raining at like 9 something. So that's Charlotte Tilbury. Now let's get into this Alamar Cosmetics one. Now the top looks the same, but this one definitely feels tougher than the Charlotte Tilbury one. It has a softer feel to it, but again, for what she charged, and it should. I like the fact that this one has more product than hers does. Oh, it's quite liquidy. Y'all hear that? That's the blush. Okay, it's looking like it's gonna be darker than the Charlotte Tilbury, but we about to see, girl. So I'm kind of nervous, y'all. Oh, they're pretty much coming out the same color. How about that? But I think this has shimmer in it. So I think these are supposed to be more like Charlotte Tilbury shimmery ones, not that one. So as you can see, this side is clean. We're going to go ahead and buff it out and see how it looks, girl. I know I'm late to this party, but I don't really use liquid blush enough. So I was like, I don't want to have to buy a whole bunch of them and then not. But once I saw there was alternatives for Charlotte and it was only $20, even though this one came out first. But, oh, it's not looking as matte as I thought it was going to. So I might be able to leave it the way it is. I feel like it blends out easier. Well, I mean, they blend out about the same, but I feel like it leaves more pigmentation and color behind too. So I'm actually liking this more than I'm liking Charlotte's Tilbury, because you see, I don't have as much color. This was a more liquidy formula, but it gave more pigmentation, which is what I'm liking and appreciating about it. So I'm definitely here for it. Yeah, I like, so far I like the Alamar one better. We're gonna see how well it wears on the face. I'm gonna go off camera, put my bronze on, my blush and highlighter on, and I'll come back and do the lip dupe, because that's the last dupe we have. So we have the Alamar Cosmetics plumping lip balm against the Fenty plumping lip balm. They both ice plumping lip balms. We'll just see which one works better. Well, actually I have to do my bronzer, my blush on camera, so I'll come back and do the blush on camera perhaps, or maybe I'll just come back with it on camera, because it's not like, you know, it has something to be battered against. I'm trying to do everything that needs to be battered on camera. So either way, girl, I'll be right back, okay? Y'all, I'm so silly. Why was I sitting here telling y'all about putting on another blush like we had already put on 2 liquid blushes? This is what happens when you don't get enough sleep, y'all. See, and mind you, I took like a 2.5 hour nap, I'm saying, before I started filming this video. But as you can see, the blush is hardly visible anymore after I set my face with the setting spray. But I still feel like you can see the one from Alamar a whole lot better than the one from Charlotte. And mind you, I told y'all how much less product you got from Charlotte, even though they both came from Italy. They both in this similar packaging. You get way more from Alamar, so I would definitely say get theirs. The only thing is you probably have to set theirs with a blush. But since everybody's crazy about the blushes from what's her face right now, if you do want to set it with the powder blush, you can set it with that. And since the Sephora sale is coming up, that shouldn't be an issue. I'm gonna film my Sephora sale video next week again while Adriangameover is going, so that when I drag all this stuff over and then I can take it back, I don't have to worry about what time I'm gonna take it back, how many videos I'm filming. So I'm mainly gonna be like bulk filming a lot of time while he's gone, just so I can try to catch up, and then every day I can film and not worry about taking somebody to school. So that's a huge thing for me. And I get more sleep, so that's also a nice thing. Now onto these lips. So we're gonna put on the Fenty one on one side. And as y'all haven't been able to tell, this is the more high-end side. I've been using the high-end products and luxury products on this side, so that's what we're doing. Now we all know the everybody loves the Fenty Gloss Long formula, so needless to say, I love this lip gloss just because it's the same formula. I mean, the fact that it's plumping, I guess, is nice if you need that sort of thing. The only thing I like about plumping lip glosses is I feel like they smooth out the lines of your lips. And that's what I like out of them. I don't necessarily care about plumping. I have a decent sized lips, so I don't need them to be plump, but this is what we're working with Fenty. I can definitely feel it working. I don't know if y'all can see the difference. That's why I'm coming up to the camera now, so you can kind of look at my lip now ahead of time and see if it's gonna plump. So I'll sit here for a couple of moments, and then we can talk about some stuff I got going on, girl. So I'm trying to get in some more different feels when it comes to different things here on YouTube. So I'm like, I want to do fragrance videos more, like newer fragrances that I'm interested in to come out. Like if Kylie comes out with any more fragrance, I'll probably give you more videos on that. And like just telling y'all some of my top fragrances for certain seasons I'm thinking about doing. So I kind of want to get into different stuff. I want to show more of like my luxury bags or whatever, if you will, and maybe like show some clothes too. I don't know how I plan on doing the whole clothing situation though, but I mean my glam cord light that I use here has like a little connector to it where I can put my phone on, so I guess I can do it that way. I don't know, I'm just trying to kind of figure out how I want to do it, but I was definitely thinking about doing it. When my friends keep telling me I should branch out and do different things, and I'm like, I guess this is the year I'll try to branch out and do different things, because you know, why not? But do the lips looking bigger to you? Because like I definitely feel it, but I don't know if I necessarily see a huge difference. But I wanted you to look at the difference on this side before we put on the other one. Although now it's not necessarily, I guess, fair to Alamar, but in a way it kind of is, because we can see if it'll plump up just as much as the Fenty one has. So I'll come on like 5 or 10 minutes after I do another video, and then we can come back and see how the difference in the plumping is, and we'll give both of them a time to plump up and see how they're gonna work. So I'll hardly go film the intro to the I'll hardly go film the why you don't need video from Milk that I was just talking about with you all in this video, and then I'll come back at the end and let you see us plumping of the gloss for this, and then that part can be done for the people that just want to see that. And then later on I'll say at the end of the night we'll have to talk about how the blush wore and how the primers wore throughout the day. But here's it on. So they look both the same on the lip to me. I don't feel any plumping in this one though, but I just put it on a couple of moments ago. But I can definitely feel all the plumping going on in the Fenty one. Like I feel it in the lips, honey. Honey, I feel it. But it's not like it's irritating. It's just really like tingly, if you will, like minty tingly, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. I'm just starting to feel it on this lip now after like a minute or so. So that's what we're looking like. I definitely feel like this side of my mouth looks bigger than this one, but again, in all fairness, we just put this one on, and the Fenty one's been on for at least like 2 to 3 minutes now. So I'll come back, like I said, and talk to y'all about the lips, and then at the end of the night, I'll talk to y'all about the face and how the blush is worn, if I feel like the primer was worth it. I did do my new updated foundation routine method that you all saw when I got the, I think it was the Givenchy concealer, or the it was the Givenchy concealer, or it was the Valentino concealer. I don't remember which video it is. I'll have to go check, but I did that method where I use 2 or 3 different setting sprays to get the job done when I'm setting my face down to make sure it helps with the oil. So that's another trick I use. If you are interested in that, I'll try to remember to link it up above. But I'm gonna go off camera and get y'all a whole nother video, and I'll be right back to talk about the lips. Okay, girl? Okay, y'all. So we back with the lips. So remember, this is the Alamar side and this is the Fenty side. So I feel like the Fenty side has gone down a little bit since I came back to you all, but it took forever for this side to plump. I'm telling y'all, it didn't even start feeling like a good tingle till like 5 or 10 minutes after I put it on, and I can still feel the tingle in it now, which is I'm feeling like why it looks bigger than the Fenty side, because the Fenty side started working instantly, whereas this one took quite a long time to work. And I can still feel it somewhat tingling now, but as a general rule, I'm just like it depends on what you want, I guess, which one you'll like best. Because Fenty's going to work immediately. The Alamar is going to take a little while for it to work. So it's like if you put it on while you're getting ready to do something else and doing the rest of your face or something, then maybe it'll be beneficial for you. But I feel like if you want to instantly, as soon as you put it on and you want the lips to be like pow, then you'll probably want the Fenty one. So those are my thoughts on the 2 lip products. They both work. It's just one takes longer to work than the other one. So it depends on how much time you have for that plumpness to set in, which one you would like better. That's all I got for this, but we'll check in with the rest of the face later. But remember, this is the Alamar side, their gloss and their blush, along with the Essence primer, and this is the high-end side with the Fenty and the Charlotte Tilbury and the Smashbox primer. Also, if you're curious what's going on with the eyes, this is the Why You Don't Need, the new electric palette from Milk Cosmetics for their 420 collection, because you know every 420 they give a collection. Although last year I don't remember them giving us one, which I thought was interesting, because I do remember not getting anything and then me being like, what's going on with that? But I don't know. But I did a look with the Vita and the blueprint to show you why you don't need to necessarily get that palette if you have those 2 palettes already. But I'll talk to y'all a little bit later on tonight, again, like I said, about how the blush and all the other stuff is wearing on my face and which ones I prefer. Okay, girl? Bye. So I've returned after many hours wear in my socialized Sandy voice. So this is what we're working with. If y'all remember, this is the expensive side and this is the affordable side. So let's get into what the face looks like. I'm grab a mirror because as usual, I just hopped my happy self on camera and did not look at all. Thank you so much. So I'm feeling like the nose, excuse me, goodness. The nose is the oiliest part as usual. The pores look about even on both sides. I feel like I see more of the blush on the Alamar side though than I do on the side with Charlotte Tilbury. So I feel like their blush is definitely more pigmented and you get more and it costs less. So I told y'all at the beginning, like I was all about it. I'm still all about it now, honey. Yes, it's giving. Let's see. I don't feel any more hydration in either one of them, and I've had it on since 1 o'clock, and it's now like 11 o'clock pretty much. If you're curious what's on my eyes, this is the Electrum Cosmetics, the Sea Witch palette. It was sexy, and you know, I was like, okay, I need it. So when it came back from pre-order for the second time, I went ahead and got it. So y'all see this video before you see the video I'll be filming right now, as usual. As you see, the lip stuff is pretty much worn off because I ate, but I feel like they were on pretty well. I did a clip earlier in the night of me wearing both lip products and telling you about how it felt on each side and which one I preferred and which one I thought I would recommend. So you have already seen about that, so we have to talk about that. So the primers both did a good amount of hydration and whatnot. I did change what I put underneath the eyes though. So I set underneath the eyes with Mother's powder, the under eye powder, the deep one, not the yellow one. And then I set my face with the glowish powder. But otherwise, yeah, I feel like everything looks fine. So either primer will be fine. They both did a good job of hydrating and lasting throughout the day. The blush lasted better on this side than it did on this side. And you saw the lip products earlier in this video. So that's all I got, girl. So I say get the Alamar blushes instead of getting the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'm loving my eyes, which is why I keep looking in the camera like, yeah, look at my sexy eyes. But no, the lip product, I would probably just go ahead and get the Fenty one if you want instant plumping. That's my preference. Plus, I just like the formula of it a little bit better. Not that the Alamar formula is bad, but I'm gonna stick to them for the blushes. And Charlotte can stay where she is. Now, I will say, I feel like you probably gonna have to set it with a matte blush, but since I have that red matte blush from House Labs that I tested out for y'all recently, then I can just put that on top of it and call it a day. But for the video purposes, just in case you don't set your cream blush, I wanted you to see, or your liquid blush, I wanted you to see what it looks like on the face. So as you can see, it's still giving more on the face than Miss Charlotte Tilbury is, surprisingly. But those are my thoughts. That's all I got. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.